Hey.
Oh my
yeah,
God. Coming
dude.
in hot.
Feels
Coming
fucking good to be back, dude.
Oh man,
really
it feels so
good.
a whole week of just like not doing anything. We've been
God.
laying in bed all day like a
I
veggie.
felt like a terrible slob not recording podcasts every goddamn day.
Yeah, I
You
know.
It's
This is
just-
our only job. This is what
my
we do.
identity, all right?
Yeah.
It's my fucking identity. If I don't have this, I'm nothing.
Anytime I walk with somebody, I say, "Hello, my name is Devin Howard, podcaster," and they look at me with disdain because it's like telling somebody you're in CrossFit.
Exactly. I do CrossFit and podcasts, dude. How do
Oh,
you think
shit.
I do? I'm fucking jacked and funny as fuck, dude.
Dude, you can fucking lift so many weights.
Dude, so many weights and fucking comedic weights, dude. I'm like Sisyphus pushing the joke rock up the fucking hill, dog. You feel me?
I kind of got that reference. Welcome to another episode of My Other Buddy Devin. I don't know if I said that.
Yeah.
So we're drinking.
Yeah, we're drinking, dude.
I want to tell this story in the podcast because I want it in the air because it just happened today.
Fuck yeah.
So apparently, a couple weeks ago, I was blackout drunk and walked home, and one of my neighbors helped me in. He told me because I was standing outside, and he's like, "Oh, hey man, what's up? How you doing?" And I'm like, "Good, man. I've never talked to this person ever in my entire life."
Mhm.
And he was like, "Hey man, you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, just doing fine, bro. Like just hanging out. Like, you all right? Like, you want to fight or something?" You want to go, bro?
You fucking
I
put 'em
won't.
up.
It's like, let's go. And it start swinging at him.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, man, like a couple weeks back, I saw you outside and you were stumbling around and you fell on the steps and hit your head on the wall. And
God damn.
there was someone following you and I didn't know who that was. So I got worried. So I helped you into the apartment."
Oh, yeah, that was me, and I had to fucking call an Uber home, dude. You didn't wake up. I was calling you. I was supposed to fucking sleep on the couch.
I immediately just locked you out of my apartment.
I'm
I was like,
super
fuck
broke.
you.
I'm so broke. And, I really appreciate it.
Jesus.
That's wild as fuck, though.
Yeah. Well, tell your story about.
Oh, yeah. So one time, apparently, like a year ago, let's say 2 years ago, I just moved
Right.
into my new apartment. And apparently my neighbors came outside at like 6 or 6:30 in the morning and saw me passed out on the steps with my hand on the doorknob. So I had like made it to that point, you know what I'm saying? But just like fucking lost it and fell asleep, quote unquote, with my hand on the doorknob, like straight up like a booby trap, like frozen, like turned into a rock, like in like the Mummy movies. I was just straight up like fucking there, dude. And apparently they came outside and like tried to wake me up, and I was just like coughing, and I'm like not waking up, just coughing on them. And they had to like call my roommate, who verified the story. He was like, "Yeah, I came outside and you were all fucked up, and I had to like carry you upstairs, and you're fat as shit, dude. I don't work out." Like it was pretty hard. So like somehow this dude didn't move out yet. It's pretty cool. Like we're still buds, dude.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day I get to repay the favor. I've been trying to get him blackout drunk for like a month, but he just won't drink that much.
You've been spiking all of his drinks.
Dude, I've been feeding him Xanax every time we fucking hang out. I'm like, dude, it's candy. It's a Skittle, dude. Eat another Skittle.
Eat these Skittles with X on them.
Yeah, this tastes like chalk. And I'm like, well, it's a fucking new flavor of Skittles. They got those spicy Skittles. They have Xanax Skittles now. It's real shit.
They have Xanax Skittles.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so today I guess we're gonna talk about music.
Let's talk about music.
Yeah, let's get into music a little bit. I recently have found out that I hate music.
Yeah, same, dude.
But not. But no, okay. So here's my rationale, right?
Okay.
So with like new music that comes out,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a lot of like this. I'm talking most about like rap, like that, or rap, country, and like pop are the three things I can't stand now.
I like everything except rap and country.
When someone asks you in a bar, like, "What kind of music you like?" "Everything but rap and country."
Yeah, I like Dave Matthews Band.
I like to crash every once in a while, bro. No, but like it all just sounds the same. It's all like the same shit, and I don't even really listen to music anymore.
Damn, dude.
It sucks. But the other day I put on the fucking radio,
Yeah.
just like classics, and fucking jammed out.
Yeah.
Like
Music's
fucking
tight,
Phil
dude.
Collins came on. I was like,
Oh, dude,
remember?
you can't listen to Phil Collins anymore.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
He's using Jeffrey Epstein's little black book. Phil Collins fucks children.
Yeah, 100%.
Goddamn.
You heard it here first, ladies and
You heard it
gentlemen.
here first. My other buddy Devin, breaking news. Phil Collins is a pedophile.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, dude, I listen to music too. Fucking, you know, I've been listening to a lot of like house music recently, and it all kind of flows together. And I feel like I'm DJing when I drive my car, even though I like don't know how to fucking use Serato or anything.
You just like put it on shuffle and
Yeah.
you're just like, dude, I'm fucking good at this.
It's sweet, dude, but fucking like I do like some of the mumble rap, dude. I will say though, Lil Nas X fucking sucks, dude. That shit, like the like meme bullshit. Everybody's like, "Fuck yeah, dude." The country horses and shit. It's bad, dude. I hate hearing it. It makes me upset.
Yeah, it's like the floss dance.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it, but I fucking hate it.
Oh, I love it, dude.
You love the floss? You love to floss?
The only
flossing?
memes I hate are Lil Nas X and the Area 51 meme because it's distracting everybody from the fact that Phil Collins is a pedophile.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. When I hear like the first like couple bars of that song, I immediately like turn like whatever it is, I turn it off.
Yeah.
I can't fucking stand that song.
Oh, I feel you, man. It's rough, dude. Fuck Billy Ray Cyrus, dude.
Yeah.
His fucking song sucked. He sucks. Miley Cyrus is alright because she's like cool and hot, but like he sucks, dude.
Yeah.
He's a bummer.
Yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus is awful. He did what achy breaky heart, and now he's cool.
Yeah.
No, it's
He's
not even a
cool.
good song.
No, nobody likes that song. My dad doesn't even like that song, and he listened to it in the 80s, dude.
Yeah.
He was fucking doing rails to fucking Billy Ray Cyrus in the 80s. And even now, he's like, Achy Breaky Heart sucks.
Dude, it's a fucking So, is there anything else about Billy Ray Cyrus that should make him famous? Was there any other song he had?
Well, he had a hot daughter.
Okay. And he had a fucked up son.
Oh, yeah, his fucking little son sucks, right?
Yeah. What's his name? Like Cyrus?
Cyrus, dude. It's actually... Yeah. Wait,
Trey Cyrus.
Trey Cyrus? Is he the third, dude? Is he Billy Ray Cyrus the third?
Is his name Billy Ray Cyrus III and he goes by Trey Cyrus?
I mean, to be fair, I have a nephew who goes by Trace because he's the third, so I can't even rip on
Yeah.
him.
I also have a friend whose name is Hayward and he goes by Trey because he's the third
Do you
Hayward
ever
of
call
a
him
family.
Treyward, dude?
Yeah, we do all the time.
That's tight.
Well, not anymore. I don't talk to him anymore.
Oh, all right,
He
word.
does art. That's cool.
Yeah. Art sucks.
Art's stupid and dumb. You do not do art.
Philistines over here at my other buddy Devin. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't really know because I don't read. I'm a piece of shit.
But yeah, and like now, the big thing right now is like the remix, quote unquote, and it's just like taking the same song but just like doing different lyrics.
Oh yeah, like the remix to Ignition,
Yeah.
written by a famous pedophile. Goddamn, it's all circular, dude.
Oh, dude, we're
Pedophilia
living
is
in a
flat
fucking
circle,
simulation,
dog.
dude.
It's all over show business. Man, we should devote a whole episode of this. I could scream about this for a fucking hour. I'm sorry for dominating it with this
No,
stuff.
it's fine. We're talking about music, bro. It just so happens that the music industry and pedophilia go hand in hand.
Every song in the 70s was written about she's only 16, if you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
That's
You know what I'm
fucking
saying,
crazy
dude?
that
Jimmy
there were
Page.
songs about pedophilia that no one was like, hey, don't do that.
Dude, they even like on WTIX in the morning, Michael in the morning's like, couldn't write this song nowadays. Michael in the morning. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And there's that one song, she's only 17.
Yeah, dude.
Like, yeah. And they were just like, no, dude, we should. So they wrote it.
They knew.
Then they were like, someone was like, yeah, do that. That's great. I love it. And then they recorded it. Someone else was like, fuck yeah, dude. You killed it with that song about pedophilia. Then and then somebody was like, at some head of an organization, like a studio, was like, yeah, fucking put that shit out. It's hilarious. And then it became a big fucking song. This happens so much. Dude, I'm going to have a fucking stroke.
David Bowie, Jimmy Page. No, dude. But for real, not every fucking not every band is like that.
No. But it's like rampant.
Yeah.
Well, I will say it was rampant. I feel like now with like the new generation of like musicians and all that shit, it's not like it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Mac DeMarco's girlfriend is like 30 years old.
Yeah, Mac DeMarco only dates like Dame Judi Dench age people.
Yeah, they're all old as fuck.
They're all old AF. That's what you got to do, man.
Gotta date old women,
Listen,
man.
if you're a music artist listening right now, only date old people. I couldn't get that out.
So I do. I hit up the nursing home every Saturday when I'm drunk. It's pretty tight, dude.
It's pretty tight. It's like you're dating like if you go like over 75, it's like dating like a silk robe.
Yeah.
You just like get to put it on every once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Sweet and easy.
Yeah. So I think we have some guests today.
Yeah,
I'm very excited about it.
Unrelated to all that previous.
Yeah. But they're two really good friends of mine that I met on the job, and they're in a really, really good band called Stepping Sideways. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Joey and Cotter.
Yeah.
Oh
What's up,
my
guys?
God, we had to sit through all of that.
I know.
We are stepping sideways, and we hate pedophilia.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Definitely denounce the pedophilia.
Dude. Set it up for you to come in and
Get out of
denounce
here.
it.
Yeah.
Like there are all these bands. Like not every band is like associated with that. And I was like us.
Yeah.
If I
Or
meet-
not.
Yeah.
If I meet Phil
Let's-
Collins, I will teep kick him in the chest.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
And
dude.
I love Phil Collins, dude.
Same, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking
Screw
love the studio.
Epstein. And
Well,
that island.
yeah, I
dude.
felt bad because like the whole time I was like, oh fuck, they're like right there, and I can't be
know.
because
Had
I
to
was
come
trying
in
to
and,
like
like,
play
had
like
to
you guys
qualify
weren't
it.
here.
But
Yeah.
like, not every band.
Yeah.
Fucks.
No, we're warriors of
Every
justice.
man
We're warriors. Of
Bangs
justice.
kids. Especially not stepping sideways.
But like
yeah,
you,
dude.
you guys are like a part of like the new generation of people who are like fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like what I was trying to say is like in the 70s and 80s,
Oh, it was
was
rampant.
like just
Yeah.
cool to
It was
talk
rampant.
about that.
Oh my God, it was insane. Like you see all these like all these girls like they're like groupies. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
They would go out and
Do the most wild of things.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
And then they're
They
like,
would pretend to be like 18 and but these guys had to know, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And these directors and movies and whatnot. Anyways,
Dude, tons
Anyway.
of emo bands did that shit
Yeah.
too, dude. Back
Yeah.
in the mid-aughts. That was a
Oh,
real
absolutely.
thing. Oh,
Fucking
so
brand new.
crazy.
I mean, and
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's still like a problem nowadays. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
I feel like it's like up to people like us to kind of like push away from shit like that. You
Yeah.
know? Like, gotta like
yeah.
lead by example.
exactly.
Fuck yeah,
You know?
dude.
There's always an underlying issue.
Teep kick our way through the music industry.
Are you saying teep or teeth?
T-E-E-P.
What is a
He'll say
teep
that
kick?
at least 6 more times.
Yeah, 7 more times.
Never heard that before. I need to know it.
That
Is it like a new term you have?
A forward driving front kick right to the chest.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, nice. Like a teepee.
Yeah,
I am
dude.
very proficient.
If you
in it.
didn't know, Cotter is a martial artist.
You
no
do the
joke.
Are you?
Well, probably not. He probably can't kick that fan.
I
It's like a 12-foot ceiling.
I can kick the fan. I can easily kick.
He can
that
kick
fan.
over your head and your head.
Damn.
Absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
rules.
Yeah. Well, one of the
I can
one-
actually pick you up. I can throw you in the air, and then I can kick you out of the air
Hey, dude,
before
do
you
you
hit the
want
ground.
to join my gang?
Yeah,
Like
no,
my posse of dudes?
I am your gang.
Fuck yes.
We're called the Troubled Boys.
I feel so safe. We're the troubled boys, and we are safe.
I literally just won't say anything, and you just point, and they're dead. I'll just kick them right in the chest.
You're like a Dragon Ball Z character.
Like the woman at the grocery store, she's short you like 10 cents, and then all of a sudden I just kick her right out of the right behind the cash
Kick her
register.
through those automatic doors.
If you think about it, this is kind of like a Dragon Ball Z episode because we spent like 8 minutes talking.
Yeah.
And then we got to the part where the fighter comes in.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he can fucking
and then I got to talk for 50 minutes or charge up. You know?
You gotta try-
Next
Whole time he's
episode.
charging.
Yeah.
Next episode.
Check episode 5 as he screams for 50 minutes.
We should
I have
do
no.
an
So
episode like that.
I will say I've only watched one episode, or part of one episode of Dragon Ball Z,
What?
and
Are
it was.
Are you kidding me?
No, it
I'll flip
was.
this. I'll flip this.
No,
over.
it's not that I have nothing against Dragon Ball Z. I never was like, oh fuck that show. Just never got into it. It was one of those things I just
I'll tell you
never.
one thing. Is the only anime. Well, is that anime?
It is anime.
It's the
Yeah.
only anime show I ever watched like as a kid. Because all the other shit, I was like, fuck.
Oh,
I was a
Sam.
Pokemon kid.
And I'm a huge
I lo-
dork. He
Yeah.
makes fun of me every day about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Like,
Dude, I didn't get into
huge.
anime till later. Yeah, I definitely DBZ was the only one I watched as a
Yeah.
kid, but then like as like a 20-year-old, I was like, "Fuck yeah, I love Miyazaki."
I'm one of those dudes that before anime was ever cool, I was watching it and I felt like a nerd, and now I'm looking at all the people who watch it and I'm like, screw you guys.
Kinda makes
Like,
you mad,
fuck
right?
you,
I had to
man.
go through those like years of suffering, and like now I'm like cool and good looking, and you want to like be hanging out with me, but we're not gonna watch anime together.
presumptuous.
Serious question.
I see how you've been
It's
looking
true,
at me,
but-
buddy.
Did you ever have a silk DBZ shirt?
No, that was my friend. That was my friend Shane McDonald.
They did have those.
I want one real bad, dude. I've been looking at them on eBay. They're fucking like $50. I'm like, I could probably rock one, and people would like it because, like you said,
Shit.
everybody's into it. dude.
Everybody's into it now.
Sick shirt, bro.
I don't know anybody that would tell you that.
I do. I
You
know
do?
several people.
Shane
Oh,
McDonald.
yeah.
Shane would tell you that.
100%. No, that's the thing. Everyone loves like being a nerd. Like being a nerd is like being a jock.
Being a
Oh,
nerd
yeah.
is like the opposite of what it was when we were kids, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's such
Right?
a bummer. Yeah, I got ripped on all the time.
Like I had to like hide Pokemon cards. I had to be like, oh, dude, I fucking love basketball and motorcycles.
Dude, Pokemon cards got me in trouble one time. So my little neighbor kid who's like 2 years younger than me, remember everybody had their Pokemon cards and we'd be like trading them and whatnot. Well, I convinced him that one card was worth more than the other, and nobody had cell phones or anything. You couldn't look it up. So he's like, okay, cool. So I traded him this card. I can't remember what it was, but his mom ended up calling my mom like 2 days later and was like, I can't believe your son, he traded this card and whatnot. And I got like reprimanded for like trying to hustle a deal, dude. I'm like, wouldn't you
Mom,
be
you're
excited?
jacking my steez right now, bro.
Wouldn't you
like,
be excited that, I'm trying to like get out here and hustle, make my money,
that's,
dude?
that's the cultural like lifestyle that you and your family live in Minnesota, because my dad would have been like, very good, Hunter, you're learning.
No, you're right.
You're
You know what the
absolutely
conversation
learning
was
right
probably
now.
like? It's probably like, oh, I don't want to bother you, Bonnie, but your son Joe, he came over the other day and, he just made a bad decision. And, I don't hate him for it, but,
He hustled my
God
son
bless
and
him.
he punched my dog.
hey, punched him with a good kiss on the
No,
nose.
I love
Come on.
animals. Love it. I have two. They're the greatest.
They're the best animals.
They're huge. They're
very
definitely
huge.
huge.
They're huge.
They're
Huge
very
dogs.
good animals on both sides.
Both sides. Everybody knows. Ask Sean Hannity.
My
Well, what's-
fucking Republican dog.
Joey's dogs are
Dude,
definitely
my dog is
Republican.
Republican.
Absolutely Republican.
Hardcore.
Why? Because they're fat and stupid. Nailed it. Boom.
Like every time
Devin.
every time
you
Trump
just described you.
every time every time Trump shows up on the TV, his dog Bogey just goes and sits in front and just
Blocks the TV.
Well, Joey, what's funny is I have the same exact story, but I'm on the other end of that.
You got hustled.
Yeah, so someone hustled me because I
You do live in New Orleans.
had holographic Abra, Kadabra, and Alakazam, all Japanese, all like brand spanking new mint condition.
I had that too.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And I was like, I have the set. I'm going to sell these and get like fucking better cards. I was like trying to be a mogul, back when moguls were a thing.
They're still
Are
absolutely
they
a
not?
thing, dude.
Are they? I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're called
Moguls do.
entrepreneurs now. They mogul.
No, moguls generally they fuck kids. You check out
Full
Epstein's Little
circle.
Black
Boom.
Book.
Jesus
we're back to this.
Christ.
We're back.
I was hoping we were going to run away.
No, I'm just kidding. They don't always.
They don't always do
doesn't,
that.
I don't think.
But no, like
Hopefully.
so the same thing. The dude was like,
No, he's just a Satanist.
they're like, here, take this thing and fucking blah, blah, blah. And my mom went to the kid's house, fucking chewed out his mom and all this shit. And then he's like, I already sold that card. So I never saw that card again.
When you say chewed out his mom,
They made out.
Joey.
No, they
Joey.
no, yeah, no, they 69'd.
Oh, I feel
But like in a
you.
very aggressive way.
It was a very, very
Yeah.
angry 69.
Right.
They called me
I li-
69 boy at school because I did it so much.
That's
Well, yeah.
okay.
I just
Did-
fucking
with
69
Resource
Were you like-
officer?
middle
With the
school,
resource
dude.
Yeah.
Did they tell you
I
one?
have a kind of story, but it's I didn't get hustled. I got hustled by my mom. So
Right.
there was like a time
Speaking
period
of
where
moms.
my mom like went through like a little bout of like extreme religion, like little
Right.
fanaticism. And my brother and I we collected X-Men cards like from like 94 to like 98. And it was like there was an area of it where it was like very like limited edition cards, and we got every single one. So I actually had a full case of every single X-Men card. I was very, very excited. I was very happy about it. Like this was like my baby. Well, my mom found them, and she decided that the devil lived inside my collection of X-Men cards. And in front of me, she took my X-Men cards and my comics and like my magazines, and she threw them in the fire.
What?
And
Oh,
told me
shit.
that they were the devil. So I cried, and I let go of it. Well, about 10 years later, I saw an article about all the X-Men cards, and I think it was somewhere around like $12,000 worth
What?
of like cards. And I like directly saw like some of the cards that I had like looked for like 2 years and like found. And I just I showed my mom the article, and I was like, "See, you damn biatch!" Like, it's like
I could have been rich.
I could have been rich, woman.
That's the most brutal shit I've ever heard.
And then you're like thinking it was like 12 grand. It's still awesome, but like I would have blown that on alcohol with Joey in like 2 nights. So
Fuck
Yeah.
Dude, imagine having two
Oh, yeah.
$6,000 nights in a row.
yeah, that easy. I would do that.
How cool would that be?
I would do
I've
that.
never done that. Most of
I'm trying to adhere to the rock star lifestyle, so every paycheck is
It
just
is
gone.
rough. Let me tell you.
And now I like clothes. Like I like what I wear, so
yeah.
everything just goes
Speaking
away.
of that, dude, Cotter's made a major transformation. in the
Oh
last,
yeah.
like, 6 months, dude.
Yeah, it's
Unbelievable.
been 6 months. Yeah, 7 months, but
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
7 months.
135 pounds.
This dude.
yeah,
so,
dude.
so check it out. I was listening to you guys talking about lifting weights the other like a couple weeks ago on your podcast.
Yeah.
And I was laughing so hard because I don't know if you noticed. You probably noticed that I've been working out like
He's
a
kind of
lot.
beefy. Look at them shoulders. Look at them shoulders, dude.
Yeah,
I know
no,
you
I
probably don't wanna say
definitely
anything.
no, I definitely notice. Like every
Probably
day,
don't
I'm
wanna
like,
say
dude, just Joey.
Like
fucking
we were
takes
parallel
loads.
parked earlier, and the forward and the back car were like way too close. Joey just picked the car up and like moved it
Yeah.
and put it on the
What?
street.
Yeah.
Dude, that's how my dad fucked his back up.
Yeah.
He used to drive a Miata so we could pick it up and show up.
Joey's back is actually made out of
It's an
complete
MX-5.
metal. Yeah.
What?
Adamantium.
But anyway, dude,
His dad made it. Ted, love you, Ted.
Adamantium.
5'3", made of steel.
Yeah, just
Both my parents are 5'3".
Yes.
So I'm incredibly grateful to be 5'9".
Nice.
Like 0.6.
Solid.
Like I'm
I'm
just
5
over
foot
half.
9.6. I'm as tall as you, and I'm 5'7".
Yeah, I'm 6 foot.
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
It makes absolutely zero sense.
It makes complete
All right.
sense.
5'7"?
Joey's
5'7",
Joey's
5'8".
height is variable depending on how his hair is done
Yep.
in the day.
Oh yeah, dude, you
dude.
coif your hair, and you're like
sometimes
a
he's
good
5'9", 5'8". Sometimes he's 6'5". You know, it's just like
Dude, go full Johnny Bravo, dude. I feel you.
I
He
get
does,
called, I
dude.
get called Johnny Bravo all the time.
Yeah, I can call Jimmy Neutron when my hair's shorter, dog. I feel you. They're like,
Joey is a perfect blend between Johnny Bravo, Mark Wahlberg, and who else? There's one more. There's one more, and you know
Just
it.
Joey V, man. That's
Never
Joey
gonna
V.
give you up.
Oh,
Yeah,
Rick
Corey Hart.
Astley.
Yeah, Rick Astley.
My boy.
I said
Rick
Corey
Astley.
Hart. That was stupid of me.
Corey Hart. Anyway.
I was trying to say
Yeah.
that I'm proud of my best friend Cotter.
Oh, they're
really
kissing.
good.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh,
Yeah.
hey, calm down.
I went on a very strict diet. I pretty much just only eat air.
Dude, you see those girls on Instagram that are like, what are they called?
They're like breathanarians or whatever.
Breathanarians.
Yeah, and they
Some
almost
shit
every
like
one of
that.
them almost die after
Yeah.
like
Dude,
2 weeks.
People are so dumb.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking like imagine having that idea. Like, I'm only gonna eat air,
Oh my god.
and then like
and little girls on Instagram are like, yeah, me too.
yeah, it's like it makes sense. You're not taking any
Dude,
carbs.
when I have kids, they're not going to be dumb.
just
like,
when
yeah.
I meet
they're
people
not
like
gonna
that,
be
I just
dumb,
want to
dude.
pile drive them into oblivion.
Yeah,
It just,
it's
Like,
dude.
the parenting these days is bad.
I'm just trying to get hot, okay? I'm gonna fucking eat air all I want.
You're,
I
yeah,
wanna be
exactly,
fucking
bro.
hot.
Dude,
Exactly.
Air has too many calories.
There's a 6-hour period on that diet where you're like the most gorgeous you'll ever be,
Yeah,
and then after that you go into a coma.
you start withering away.
I've increased a full point on the 10-point scale.
I am now
a
a 3.
4.
I am now a 3.8.
So, okay, so you guys are in a band.
We are in a band.
Imagine
And
that.
it's a rock and roll
Rock and roll.
rock and roll
Rock and roll
um,
metal.
baby.
band. So we're talking about like the rock and roll lifestyle.
Sure.
Oh man,
Do y'all adhere by that at
it's
all?
intense.
I do.
Let's be honest.
Dude.
So check it out. So when we were kids,
All
Cotter,
right.
Cotter and I, let's go back to,
I'm
to
a
the
psycho.
history. Cotter and I have been playing music together for about 10 years.
10 years now, yeah.
Holy shit!
So when we
Yeah,
were
do it,
kids,
do it.
oh yeah,
Chug the whole
shout out to
bottle. Chug the whole
Casamigos and Yeho Tequila for
Oh.
sponsoring this podcast.
Such good tequila.
Dude,
Smooth.
we love Casamigos.
Yeah. Anyways, so we've been playing music together, which I mean, it seems like forever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what was the question?
Rock
Rock and roll lifestyle. So we used to be insane, and to be honest, it doesn't carry over like into like your late 20s and 30s. Like you can only do that for so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Speak for yourself.
this is about it for me. You know what I mean? Like to be honest, I'm married, but
I'm not.
yeah, dude. I think everybody in the band is in a serious relationship with Cotter, but
Except, well, maybe that might change in a few days. But
I think you know
Uh-oh.
what? I'll tell you what.
Spoiler alert for the
Let me
girl
tell
who
you
listening.
what. I would rather be here right now than in this spot 10 years ago.
yeah, I completely agree.
Because I would have totally screwed myself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm serious.
We've actually had conversations about that. Like if we would have gotten to the position we're in right now, in like when I first met him, we would most likely be dead.
We're much more, let me put it this way, we're much more business oriented. Cotter and I, we've started businesses together. We've failed every one of those, every one of those times.
Yeah, very true.
But at the same time, we've learned so much. So like, we look at this strictly like a business. You know what I mean?
Right.
We have an attorney. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Shout out. to Alex.
I love you.
Yeah,
He's been awesome.
I heard about that. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
He's been great. Our producer.
It
our
doesn't
producer-
seem like it's a big thing. It's like, oh, we got an attorney. Okay, well, you're finally an adult. But it's the level of who we got. Like,
Right.
It was in a circumstance to where we would have never been able to just like walk up to this guy and be like, hey, we want you to represent us. Like, he's very prominent. He deals with a lot of very big bands, and it's in a circumstance where it kind of opens up the pathway that we're taking and shows us that everything that we've been doing is very correct and right.
Right.
And we actually have a very bright future with this. So.
Yeah, because I mean, Joey was telling me earlier that y'all are writing a graphic novel. Is it
Oh, yeah.
regular novel or graphic novel?
The graphic novel's done.
Oh, the graphic novel's done?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking rules.
Yeah.
that's fucking.
Dude, we're a conceptual band.
It's
Yeah,
completely.
I need to hear about it, dude.
Yeah, so let's
watched
get
y'all's
into this a
video.
little bit, Carter. Let's talk about this. So, what is Stepping Sideways?
Well, on the base level, stepping sideways translates to the innate ability to travel between dimensions.
That's where the name comes from.
Yo, I was wondering what the portal was in the video.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the
So,
mirror. Like, yeah.
so we decided as a unit, Joey and I, we were very tired about how we had been creating music and how we were just kind of putting out the persona of what we expected music to be as a band. So we decided to break up the core of what we are into three aspects. We flipped it into obviously audio. You know, everything is kind of based on the foundation of good music and what we're creating. But we added. Joey can't stop eating.
What's funny is he didn't ask.
He didn't ask.
the first time.
He's taller
And
than
he's
you.
going to his
He's
second
taller
one.
than you. He doesn't have to ask.
Yeah, those are home snacks.
Home
I have
snacks.
other snacks.
Yeah,
So-
you
so-
get the Starburst.
We base everything on the audio foundation, but we also break it into two other principles. We go through a very cinematic movie-like approach, and then we also deal with storytelling. So we do this in the circumstance of each album that we put out gets a full-length novel that tells a whole conceptual story. So we're about to put out our first full-length album and full-length novel, accompanied with a graphic novel. So in between each of our albums, we will put out one to three, graphic novels telling like the origin of everything and side stories, and then each album will get the full-length novel.
What?
On top of that,
Dude, that's
we
fucking so cool.
we actually are in the works right now of filming our own full-length film for our live shows. So the whole time that we play, we will have a sequenced film telling the compressed version of the story behind us while we play.
So behind us, like, imagine, like, so check it out. The reason we started to think about doing this is because what?
I don't know. He's like, all right, check it out.
Check
All right,
it
cool.
out.
Dude,
All right, check it out.
I'm a half a.
Ever just pop
I'm a
up?
half a
Hey,
bottle
check this out.
into tequila.
Dude, that's so intricate, dude.
Dude,
That's fucking
what I
awesome.
realized, especially here in New Orleans, which is not the greatest scene as far as like rock music goes.
Right.
You know what I mean? They'll go sell out the
It's true.
Superdome to see Beyonce. You know what I mean? But they don't come see a local band.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's hard to get people to get off their butt from watching Netflix or watch. Everything's so accessible. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
I feel that.
We want to make everybody like completely immersed in the experience. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
while they're there, they get to see like something visual. You know what I
Right.
mean? Rather than just like a couple guys on stage, rocking out like, oh, that song was pretty good. Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I might listen to it on Spotify. Whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, like to be able to like watch this story unfold and like leave with like a whoa, what's gonna happen next? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? On the next tour. You know what I mean? Like it'll tell a whole different story, a continuation of the story.
Right.
with
It's like
the
an
next
episode of a
available tour.
TV show. Like you go to see this one thing, and then you're like, I want to see what's
I need more,
I
yeah.
want to see what
Yeah.
happens
That's a
next.
good fucking idea, dude. It is
Yeah.
hard to get people off their asses here. Like for most things, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, just like
Sucks,
comedy
dude.
too.
And
like
it's
people
crazy
don't wanna
because
go,
it
like-
really like a lot of like not a lot of places in America are really like that. Like we go
No.
Texas, Atlanta, up north, and like the music scenes are like dominating.
Yeah.
They have like these bands, who've
Especially rock.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
especially rock music. Like especially like Atlanta, like we see places like the Masquerade. They have like bands that really like no one knows about, and you're talking like 500-600 people showing up for these shows, like completely blowing it up.
Yeah.
Like that's how it's supposed to be.
Well, that's
we'll
what's-
get there, but
That's what I kind of hate about New Orleans is that everyone's like, I'm an artist, support the arts and art, but they won't go to support shows.
I'll go to my show, or I'll go to your show if you come to my show.
Yeah, it's kind of like this
give.
give and take rather than. So I had a talk with an Uber driver that changed my life.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but he was.
Taxi cab confessions.
Yes, we fucked in the back of this.
Yeah.
Whoa, that got extreme.
I filmed it and jacked off. It was actually very nice. It was a good
I was there. I was there.
No, but he told me that New Orleans isn't the place you go to make it. New Orleans is a place
Say
where
that
you.
to us. Don't say that to us.
No.
Those are the wrong two people. We'll beat you up right now. Okay?
No, I
You
mean,
can kick a fan
We're
off the.
stuck.
I'm talking about like
here.
comedy and shit like that. But he's like, this isn't a place you go to make it. It's the place you go to learn everything you need to make it, and go somewhere else, and then you already have all that knowledge.
Dude, from a taxi driver, knowledge, dude. You know what? That's what I love. Like rando people that you see out there, and they're
Completely
just
drunk
like
on
spitting knowledge
drugs.
on you,
Yeah,
and you're just like, oh my god, dude. You know, it could be anybody.
yeah.
Yeah, I met a crackhead the other day. He said, "Don't shit in your pants." I
I was like, what? I'm
Completely
doing it
agreed
right
with him.
now.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, just like when I met those homeless dudes on the interstate, and then I bought them the rum, and then they offered to sell me ecstasy, and they took my money. And it's like that's a lesson. Like
It's a lesson
don't
learned.
fucking give homeless people money
Yeah.
when they try to sell you ecstasy.
no. Usually, if anybody tries to sell me ecstasy, I just punch them out and then just take the ecstasy if it's
Oh,
that's
so that
a
was
life
you?
lesson.
See, and that's what I was saying. I'm the crazy one in the band. Like, I don't have a nice Russian wife to calm me down, or anything like that. Oh, here we go. Shout out to the blonde.
Shout out to my Russian wife,
Katya. Bugler mother.
Katya. It's very close to your face. You gotta move that back.
No, he's actually perfect. You're the one that's.
You're the
Really?
one. Yeah,
you
you're
gotta
very
get closer.
soft spoken. I'm the
Mike
swing.
etiquette, bro. He's
I'm
the
the swing.
singer.
Should I
You're
redo
putting that
this?
shit out like it's
Should
the
we-
neck of a guitar, bro.
Yeah, this is true. He does that all the time.
Yeah.
He talks to me, and like when he's talking, he just like holds the guitar and turns away. I'm like, I don't get what's going on right now.
But no, like I really like. I like the idea of not just one thing, like not just putting out an album, like not just like here's our music, buy it, please.
Please like us. Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
it's like telling a story. It's like doing like a novel or graphic novel with it.
Yeah.
So you're listening to this music, like you can probably like just read the novel while listening to the music.
oh,
You can, like,
buddy, let me tell you about that.
oh
real quick.
shit, I'm about to poop.
So we thought about that. Actually, that was the first initial thought that built all of the concept. It was like, how can we have this conceptual story basing off of our music? So we're actually building everything up to fully sequence all of the music to it. So when you open the book, you press play. Like what we're doing is we have a few cool little tidbits with the album. Like we have our full album, which is a 12-track album. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But on top of that, we have converted everything to a full orchestra. And then on top of that, Joey and I on the side, we really enjoy like electronic, like synthwave music, very
yeah.
like movie composition kind of music.
Yeah, yeah.
So Joey and I are in the works of making pretty much a whole score of that we are going to sequence to the story itself. So when you open page 1, you press play and you have hours of music that are sequenced with the ebb and flow of the book.
Holy shit.
Unless you read like a dick.
Yeah.
Well,
Unless you
can't
suck
read.
at reading.
I read really fast, so I like made sure to like kind of like read at Joey's level. So
Oh, so like a
we
page a
can fig-
minute?
Yeah,
So for guys like me who can't read, will there be an audiobook?
there will be an audiobook.
Yes, absolutely. There
Oh,
will be an
shit.
audiobook.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's over.
So let me just tell you the level of being overwhelmed.
And we haven't talked about this with anybody.
Really?
Like as of right now, nobody knows about this. No one even really knows actually that we're even about to drop an album.
Yeah.
Oh shit, really?
So
Yeah,
you
like-
guys are actually the first ones that were
Yeah,
telling
like we
us.
haven't
Oh,
even
fuck.
started promoting. Like, so we start promoting this single that's not actually even connected to the album. This is like just a standalone
little
single
bridge.
Right.
that didn't even make the album.
It wasn't good enough.
Oh, wasn't good enough for the album, huh?
So we're like, all right, let's make it a single. We had this. We already had this concept
Good
like,
enough to be a
completely
single.
built for it, and we had everything ready. So like, let's go ahead and just move forward because, yeah, I'm good on that. Oh yeah, this is like my 4th class. We're good. I have to drive home anyway.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
We're actively pouring tequila.
We were pouring tequila.
It's a very expensive bottle, so appreciate it.
Well, you brought it
appreciate
in you brought it in a gift bag. So.
Cheers. No, I was totally kidding
you,
earlier.
you
But I
legit
just
like
drank a lot before I left.
Cheers, gentlemen.
All right. Cheers.
Clank.
This is the first
All right,
time I've drank in like
so
a month.
That's good, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck
so
That's how you're supposed to
Everyone
do it.
listening to this,
I'm drunk. I'm wasted already.
so everyone listening to this is getting like an exclusive right now.
Yes.
You said,
Oh,
okay.
absolutely.
You said single.
Yeah.
You have this single that came out. You're gonna put it out soon.
Just shot a video.
Yeah, we saw a little clip of that video and it looks
Yeah.
fucking badass.
Which we filmed ourselves with the help of an awesome gentleman named Alexander Bro, fantastic cinematographer.
Absolutely.
It looks fucking amazing.
He definitely helped us portray the idea of what we wanted to do. Thankfully, and as you know, Devin, we both are veterans of the film industry, so
Right.
we have a lot of that under our belt. So we were able to kind of turn a low-budget music video into a very big production,
Right.
which we're actually planning on doing completely on our own from now on. We
Yeah.
don't really see the point of taking that to other people when we know exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys have worked in that. You said what? 7
years.
7 years
15
and
15
15.
years now, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have all the knowledge you need. Like you know what you don't need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Of
We
like-
don't need
Grips.
some Jewish guy. No. No, we do.
Don't
we
say that, I'm
absolutely
Arabic.
need
No,
a Jewish
please,
guy.
for the love of
I was,
God, we
I was
need
thinking
him.
about changing my name to Schwartz.
I love
Joey Schwartz.
I love Jews.
But to be honest,
That's
no,
such a weird statement
We don't.
by
I'm
itself.
Arabic, dude. I have to say that like blanket statement immediately.
Yeah.
Code orange. Code orange.
So don't show this to your dad; he'll disown you. We don't need that middleman. You know what I mean? Like like I said earlier, to bring this back, we look at this like a business. You know what I mean? So we don't need that middleman.
Nope.
Right. I mean, like, yeah, it makes sense, like, going into it with this business mindset of, like, almost like, what can we, this is going to sound weird, but, like, what can we do to make the most money?
Yeah, be as autonomous as possible.
Right. And it's about having a lot of, like, irons in the fire. It's about, like, yeah, we have an album, we also have this, and we also have this, and we also have this. And it's not just, like, if you go to, like, a record label or whatever, and you're like, here's our album, and they're like, cool. All right, well,
Yeah. What else are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, we'll listen to that. That sounds cool. But
Yeah.
if you're like, here's our album, graphic novel that goes with the album. Here's a video, and here's a series, and like, there's like, all right,
That's
well,
kind
you-
of our mindset. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That was actually what helped us out with the whole representation, the initial representation. We, pitched this idea, and within 10 minutes, the guy was like, "You really don't need to tell me anymore." He was like, "I'd be stupid not to represent you guys."
holy shit.
But that's the thing, we have. It's not just like at this point in time. It's not just kind of like these pipe dream ideas.
Right.
Like we have formulated an absolute plan for the next 10 years. Like, I mean, and truthfully speaking, not many bands can even say that they have a 10-year business plan.
Yeah, no,
You know,
they're just
and-
like, we're
and-
trying to make it to the next show.
Exactly.
Damn.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're looking at this a lot farther than most bands will ever even look at it. Like the highest goal for most groups is let me get to the Superdome and let me play in front of 30,000 people.
Right.
We're trying to have millions of people read this book and turn this into the next great saga.
Right. Yeah.
And eventually
I mean,
make a movie.
yeah,
make 4
could
movies.
you fucking imagine like having an entire movie that's based off of just an album that you guys did, and
It hasn't been done since Highlander.
Well, actually,
it really.
actually, it's the opposite. Our music is based on the story.
Yeah. The music,
yeah,
you got to
well,
understand the music, and this is crazy to say, but the music actually turns out to be an afterthought of everything else.
Right.
The story itself is like the main focal point that we have like personified in the whole
Right.
concept of stepping sideways. The music itself is just to allude to the ebb and flow of emotion within
Right.
that story.
Dude, I need to know the story.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the story itself is it's based off an interdimensional being called the Traveler, who at birth was pretty much his soul is split in two by this dark entity called the Shar. From there, it's this cosmic battle between good and evil as he seeks to right the balance of the universe, eradicate this dark species of supernatural beings that plague the world, and
Called the
ultimately,
Jinn.
the Jinn.
Which is essentially
like
a
Genie?
genie.
Yeah. Like,
So,
yeah, dude, fuck
I
yeah.
formulated a lot of like we took like the basis of a lot of Arabic mythology and kind of tuned it to what we needed for our sci-fi novel, and from there, it's just like it turned out to be this like amazing concept of like despair, loss, innocence,
Love.
betrayal, ultimately, love. and just every connotation of the human emotion, to where we understand that the human condition is based off this mortal coil, but what is beyond us too.
Yeah. Holy shit.
I'm gonna fucking read this graphic.
Yeah.
That's awesome shit.
This sounds fucking amazing.
Dude,
Thanks.
Like, I've been working with you guys for like, what, almost 2 years now?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I did not know any of this.
Yeah. Well, dude,
I
we
told you
keep
the
it under
first time I
wraps,
met
dude.
you.
Yeah.
I've been
You were
telling
like, "Oh,
you.
cool, dude. I'm a
Yeah,
comedian."
I'm a comedian.
I do comedy shows for my parents.
Check out my podcast.
And truth be told, like we have never really expected anybody to take it seriously until we had some very concrete material to show.
Right.
Because when we first met you, this was all still the basis of just an idea.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
we've been planning this for over 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, we've had, Carter's had this idea in his head for a couple of years. He's like, I want to write a book. When I met him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I met Carter, let's take it back to a
God,
little
here we
history.
go.
When I met Carter,
AJ, if you're listening, this is the story I was telling you about.
name dropping. When I met Carter, so we actually met. We were postmen. We were mailmen. Well, not real mailmen, but we kind of just stole people's mail and delivered it to other people.
I did.
I'm kidding.
Solid.
dude.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding.
So
I was so- I was like-
I would take people's mail and I would give it to other people.
Yeah.
It sounds like Mad Max. Like,
But
pull up. They're like,
one time-
that never happened. That never happened.
We had this. There's like this scooter, and we're like, dude, that scooter's really nice. And we're like, there's this kid, he doesn't get a lot of stuff for Christmas. We're like, let's go steal that scooter
And give it to him.
and give it to the kid. Well, it turned out to be this guy with no limbs that needed that scooter, and it was like a voice activated.
That was the last time I did
scooter.
anything like really crazy. Like
Yeah,
that.
so
What
we're
the
like,
fuck?
no, I'm.
We're totally
Totally
my
fucking
only
with you.
takeaway from
Totally
this whole
messing
story
I'm
is
so-
that I want a voice-activated scooter now.
Yes, voice activated. I'll make that happen.
So
Hell yeah, dude.
Carter actually, he met me on Craigslist. So when I was in the military in Florida,
I met my whole band except the bassist on Craigslist.
yeah.
For real,
Is this
though?
for real?
No,
I'm
absolutely
100%
serious.
Okay,
serious.
so this
I
is
met
the real story.
I found every single one of them. Dude, this schmuck right here was in a cut off affliction shirt.
No.
Nice.
And he was playing Master of Puppets. And my stupid ass at 19, or 20, I was like, gotta have him.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, but I was still in the military.
Right.
So I still had this obligation. I'd be deployed, and a couple times. So,
Wrote a lot of music overseas.
oh yeah, I went to Bahrain, Afghanistan, Kyrgyzstan.
Thank you
all
for
these
your service,
things.
by the way,
Thank you,
sir.
man. Appreciate it.
I saluted him, but nobody
Amen.
could hear that.
But yeah.
The story
So
about
that's
me.
the story? You
Story
met on
about Carter.
Craigslist? That's it?
He got
Dude,
lost for a
so
second.
he goes.
I
he
had
goes,
to put
"Hey."
him back on track.
He goes, so I'm Carter. I was like, oh, where's that from? You talked on the phone. Back then when people talk on the phone rather
Yeah.
than just texting everyone, tweeting and whatnot.
That's so cute.
I tweeted Devin all the time.
Yeah.
Like, hey, dude,
I
what are you
never
doing right
check
now?
it.
I add him, and it gets retweeted several times before he sees it. It's actually a pretty crazy thing.
You should see him at work. He doesn't look at his phone ever.
He should, because I tweeted
I'm
at
a-
him about a very important thing that's going on in my life. I'm getting married, and I'm literally pregnant right now.
Whoa.
Hold on. So you look at Carter right now. It looks pretty good. You know what I mean? Got this steez going on, the style.
Right.
Back in the day, dude, when I first met Carter, like I rolled up to like audition for like this band, and first of all, like I heard his voice on a recording. I was like, oh my god, that was like best voice I've ever heard. You know what I mean? Like as far as like rock music goes, I was like,
Pretty
holy shit,
good.
this is really good. So
Yeah.
I gotta go try out, even though it's super sketch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
like Craigslist.
Hey, dude.
It
M,
was very
M for
sketchy.
N, M for M, men for musicians.
yeah, dude. Wait,
Sure,
this is like
dude. Sure, dude.
It's like 2003.
It's 2000.
No, what?
2000. Yeah, no, wait.
You said 10 years.
10
It was
years.
like
I was like,
2008.
dude, where are
2006?
you like in
Dude, that-
history right now?
Well, look, you see, I've had several tequilas.
No, he's right. It was like 2009. Yeah,
Okay.
2009.
Well,
So that's a
we're
solid-
in
that's Craigslist
we're in
golden age.
2012 right now, so
Yeah, nothing.
I'm
has
way
changed.
off.
Fuck
need to go
Mitt
back.
Romney.
We have
Are
no
we-
concept. We're time travelers. We're time
Dude,
travelers.
Connor,
yeah.
so
Well,
I met
hey,
Carter.
you are
So check it out,
stepping
check it out.
sideways.
I
now,
roll
but-
up to Carter's house.
See what I did there? All right.
It's not my house.
I know, but this is the first time I saw you at your house. Roll up to Carter's house. He's sitting on his bench outside playing acoustic guitar. Giant book next to him. This thick.
This thick. He's showing us this.
It wasn't.
Bibles.
It was a 1700 page
Huge book.
book.
Khaki.
Good God, was it Infinite
Full
Jest?
length.
Wheel of Time.
pants.
Wheel of Time.
Oh, okay.
Full length khaki pants.
Thank you, Robert Jordan. I love you.
And he had one shirt that he wore, and it was the brown shirt. And every time he didn't have that shirt, he'd be like, "Ma, where's my brown shirt?" And she's like, "God, I'm washing it."
I I can't say anything against this. This is true.
Where's my brown shirt?
He had one shirt.
I loved that damn shirt.
That
You
shirt.
still have the brown shirt.
I don't. My mom
damn.
burned it.
Your mom
Was
burned
there-
it?
was
My
there a
mom,
devil in it?
if you haven't noticed, my mom is very big on burning things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is dude,
She's a
X-Men
pyromaniac.
cards, favorite shirts.
hey, that's how you make a statement.
Yeah.
Bridges.
She's a very sweet lady, but there was just moments of insanity. Where I mean, dude, let me tell you, it's two older brothers and a sister. We caused so much havoc. Like I feel so bad for my parents, but she held out pretty good. She only whipped me like twice.
Nice.
But it was like the insane like whip, you know, where like I'm brushing my teeth at 9:00 at night, and I look in the mirror, and she's standing behind me, eyes wide, with the belt, and she's like shaking.
Oh shit.
You know, like, and she just
Whoa.
beats me into oblivion for just
Your
like,
life is like a hereditary.
It sounds like
movie.
Hereditary. That's what I'm saying. It's exactly. She threw in the fire, and then she's
No,
just
no,
there
but here's the
behind
thing,
you
but
with,
here's
like,
the
a jump
thing.
Scare. Like,
Here's the
Jesus.
thing. I didn't run because I deserved it.
Yeah. probably
Truthfully.
did.
All right, Joey, go back to it.
All right, go back to your story about how you fell in
done,
love with
dude.
Cotter.
Like-
So yeah,
That's
big
it.
book. I always wore like a brown shirt and like these khaki shorts, and I would keep the book in like the right side of my khaki
you wore
shorts.
full-length khaki
And
cargo
so
pants.
it was like
dude.
big. It was like half
with
ounce.
sandals.
It was like half ounce of weed.
Sandals and socks.
Half ounce of weed on the left side,
Cargo.
book on the right side, acoustic guitar,
Dude,
and I was a massage therapist. So I was like, "Hey guys, like,
total hippie. Dude, and this dude would always forget his keys. So I lived 45 minutes away on the military base. He's always trying to get me to smoke pot. And I'm like, no, dude, I was a cop in the military.
I was
I'm
very
like,
good about getting people to
He's
do
like, I can
illegal
arrest
things."
you.
I was like, I cannot smoke weed. So he's like, whatever, man, screw you. We're in the movie theater.
Yeah, so
This dude
I had a
lights
problem when I
up.
was younger. I had a problem with doing illegal things in public places because I liked the rush.
Oh, I
Yeah.
still do that.
So yeah, I still do that, but I'm just much better at it now. So like we were like watching a movie, and it was like 6 of us, right? It was a few. It was a few
a
of
good
us,
amount
yeah.
of people.
And I was just like in the middle of them, and you know, I had like a hot and spicy McChicken in my pocket, and like
Hold on.
Skittles and
Dude,
stuff
no,
like
you
that.
had a full-on McGangbang.
So I did. I have a McGangbang. So I like pulled my one hitter out, and I had, at this point in time I had like the stankiest
You
weed.
utilized him.
And I like pulled the one hitter out and I started packing it. And Joey, you hear Joey, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm about to hit this." I was like, "It's a great moment in the movie. I want to be high." And he's like, "We're in a movie theater." I'm like, "Yeah, no one's gonna know."
I'm like,
No one's gonna know we're in an encased
he
place.
goes, dude, I'm gonna ghost it. And I'm like, what? And I'm like 19 years old, and I'm like, oh my God, you know he's older than me, you know what I mean? A lot older than me.
Whoa, bud. Whoa.
He goes,
wait, we're
well,
the same age.
I look
He's like,
way
dude,
better than
Joe,
you.
you're
Like-
21, right?
I just turned 29, dude.
Yeah,
Yesterday.
I'm
You
turning
old
29 in a few
fuck.
weeks.
What?
Yeah.
Dog, what's up?
He's about to lose his hip.
Can
Dude.
y'all
He's about
stop
to turn plastic.
high-fiving on the podcast?
No.
We've
I'm just
never
kidding.
high-fived.
We'd
We
love
never-
to high five.
I'm sorry.
That was actually our second time. Anyway,
So yeah,
he looks at me and goes, I'm going to ghost it. And I'm like, "Ooh," and he goes, and he ghosted it, dude, the whole time. And I was like, I was so impressed.
Oh, yeah.
And he just like took a swig of Dr. Pepper, my Dr. Pepper, because he couldn't afford it.
You can afford the weed, but not
No,
the
this is
pepper.
true. This is
Give me your
very true.
Dr. Pepper.
So
This is
anyway,
very
on
true.
the keys, this dude would leave his stuff everywhere, dude. He would leave his keys in my car.
Make it like this doesn't still happen.
It does still happen. It
does.
Okay. Present tense. He leaves his stuff everywhere, dude. And Joey V's got to go pick it up.
Old Joey V.
So I made Joey. Joey came and picked me up, and I had to go to work. I didn't have a car at this time, so Joey was my like primary mode of transportation for like 4 years.
He got T-boned by a super rich 16-year-old
In a
girl
Camaro.
In a Camaro
little
SS.
punk-ass hoe. Like
Holy shit.
I hit her and it demolished my car. And then I went up to her and she was just sitting in her driver's side talking to her mom. And she's like, "Some guy hit me." She pulled from one median, the left median, or I'm sorry, a left parking lot, through the median without stopping, and went in front of me.
What?
Yeah,
Dude, and he
Like-
drove a Neon.
I drove a Dodge Neon.
The worst.
Like my life wasn't hard enough as it was.
and you know he was just like,
I was.
oh no.
So I was terrified. So I was terrified because I had all this.
Oh, dude, I fucking ashed on myself.
So I get Joey. So I call Joey and I'm like, "Hey, I need you to take me to work." He's like, "Yeah, no problem." You know, he bitches. Joey's he's a little wuss sometimes. And he cries, but he always helps me out. So he came and picked me up, and I got all the way to my job in Destin, which is like 40 minutes from my house. And I went to go pull my keys out to unlock the door, and lo and behold, I had left my keys at my house. Joey had already left. So I called him like 2 or 3 times. He didn't answer. And then finally he picked up. He got to his house. And I made him go to my house, get my keys, and bring it back to my work.
And then he punched me in the face. I was like,
He's like, you did
That's true. I actually did.
like,
We have a game, him and I, where like if we have to like,
Oh my
just
God.
that right there. That yours.
Damn, you guys are
That was-
buds,
come on.
dude.
Oh my God, they are violently punching each other in the face.
We keep it
Kevin,
we keep it
should
realistic,
start
all
this
right?
kinda game.
Let's
Yeah.
do this game, but like we mash dicks.
You
We're
should
gonna make a 10-year plan where
You
we're
should do it with
mashing
women.
dicks in 10 years.
you should do it with women.
I don't
where
punch
you just
women.
punch women.
No girls allowed.
I don't punch women.
No, girls, we're gonna push our dicks together.
We're docking dicks.
I don't punch women. I pick them up and throw them on
Full
the bed.
disclaimer, Grandma. I'm
I'm sorry, Grandma. I really hope Joey's family doesn't. My parents are technologically deficient. They will not listen to this.
My parents listen to
My
every
da-
podcast.
oh, dude.
But your dad will listen to this.
My dad would be like,
I have downloaded this podcast on my mom's phone 4 times already, and she still doesn't listen. So,
Oh,
hey, Mom.
"That's okay."
Thanks.
My
Thanks for
parents-
supporting, Mom.
My,
Yeah,
my
really
dad is
appreciate-
my dad. It took my dad 15 years to go to one of my shows. So
Well, I mean, in all
Well-
fairness, all your shows sucked until then.
yeah, but it was
No, I mean mine too. Mine too.
Oh, what's it?
it was a big show.
You should have heard our first band together. It was garbage.
Is it on Spotify?
It was fun.
No. It was a stoner. It was a
Spotify
stoner.
didn't exist.
It was a
dude.
stoner rock metal band.
That's cool. Stoner rock is
Fuck
cool,
yeah, dude. Was it like
So
311?
Joey's like Dream Theater, like kind of style, like real technical, and
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it's all about the emotion, man.
We're gonna
Dude,
play
he was
Dust
selling-
covers, dude.
He's telling
you
me
like
he's like,
REM, dude?
he keeps telling me he's like, dude, he's like, you gotta stop with like technical stuff, dude. You know what I mean? You gotta just like feel it from the soul, bro.
Yeah, and now I'm like, if that's not in 11 or 7-Eleven, then I'm not happy.
7-Eleven. Oh, big ups, huh? Well, see you later.
Signature, time signature.
Well, see you later.
Joey actually talked crap to me until I finally started playing with a metronome. I was like, I don't need a metronome, blah blah blah. I can count. I can keep time on my
count
own.
1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
and then I said,
whatever the
hey,
notes
we're
are.
gonna do this in 3/4, and he's like, what's that?
Yeah, what's 3/4? Oh, then I found out I naturally play in 3/4.
I don't even know what
very-
that means.
It's a time.
It's a time signature.
Sorry, I only watch.
I would count it
fucking
out for you, but I
Dark
do not
Crystal.
think your little brain
I
could take
only
it.
watch Dark Crystal in the
Anyways.
show.
Anyways, so I think we've reached the end of our podcast.
Oh,
Really?
We've been talking for an hour.
Dude, we have
Oh,
so
fantastic.
much more to talk
An hour?
about. Dude.
Yeah,
there
dude.
you go.
It's like the
That's a good
second time we've
podcast.
ever done
But
this.
little compressed version. Completely conceptual band, basis off audio, visual composition, and storytelling. Completely immersive. You will want to see everything that we're coming out with February to March. Devin will. He will freak out over it. Devin will
Which
freak
one?
out
There's
over
2
it.
of us.
There's,
Fuck,
well,
man.
I'm gonna like
3
because
days
you guys
ago.
are shorter than me. I'm gonna insist that you are both one
Just
person.
the same
I'm
person.
6 feet tall.
You're not.
Yes, I am. I'm
Nah.
6 feet tall. I'm 6 feet tall.
Your hair makes you
I'm
6 feet
5'4".
tall. But
I'm 17.
So
You
the
can't
way
see this,
that
I'm jumping up and down on my hat right now.
Yeah.
I'm 6 feet tall.
so Devin, I've never met you, but the way that you describe yourself on the podcast is way different.
it was perfect. It was perfect. I loved it.
You're like, yeah, I've been working out, you know what I mean? Like, I work out all the time, I'm super jacked and whatnot. So I was like, dude, this guy's ripped. I'm like, I've been working out for 2 weeks trying to like show you up, you know what I mean?
I like how you say 2 weeks. Like that's some
Do
like
you see the fucking
huge
set,
amount of
brother?
time.
Dude, 2 weeks is a long
I have
time.
dropped hella weight. I feel you, dude.
Dude, I feel you,
that.
bro.
I like that. Dude, I did the same shit a few years ago and then gained it, a lot of it back.
Yeah.
And,
I'm
I lost
afraid of
25
that.
pounds since the beginning of the summer.
quit,
I won't.
dude. Don't
I won't.
quit.
Dude, I
Don't
won't
drink.
stop.
Drinking's bad. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I went from 350
Actively
pounds
drinking.
to 215 right now.
That's
so,
what's up.
yeah.
Jesus
I'm trying to get to
Christ.
190.
That's
So
what's
get a
I'm trying to get to
six-pack,
175.
baby,
I only got.
Yeah, don't body shame me.
You definitely
Joey,
just body
piece of
shamed him,
shit.
dude.
I am licking my own nipple right now.
I can barely do that, but I can do it still. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, okay.
What do you
Yeah,
mean,
qualify
Ben?
now.
Anyway,
this dude.
so this is. This
I
is
just
part
burped
of,
in the
this
mic,
is
I'm
part of the
sorry.
show where we do some plugs.
Oh, yeah. Play with that, yeah.
So do you guys have like a website and all that stuff?
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Joey.
So my microphone's been off for quite some time.
It's okay. You
Probably a
didn't
little
really
bit.
say anything.
it really?
Yeah.
No, I've
maybe a
been
little bit.
seeing all-
Anyway, plug time, dude. So first of all, we want to plug our producer, Jonathan DeLeese from Concrete Studios.
Fantastic.
in
Fuck
Kenner, Louisiana. This
Hell yeah,
dude is
Kenner,
a
bro.
prodigy. Dude, he's 22 years old, and he is like insane.
He's one of the best
all the
producers
best
I've ever
bands.
worked with.
All the
Like,
best
no
bands.
problem.
Dude, people travel from like Sweden to come stay in his apartment and record.
And record music with him.
That's
I mean,
what's
he's
fucking badass.
He's fantastic.
He's unbelievable.
He is our exclusive producer. We pretty much will never work with anybody else.
Yeah.
No. And we love him. So shout out to Jonathan.
Love you, John.
Yeah, so website www.steppingsidewaysband.com. We got some merch on there, a little bit about us, and Instagram at Stepping Sideways. We got a lot of new stuff coming out, and yeah, we're really happy that you guys had us out here.
You can check our first EP, which is titled Harbinger. We have it on Spotify, iTunes. It's on every platform.
Fuck
You can
yeah.
see it on everything. So
I'll put a link to the Spotify and iTunes on that
Thank
shit.
you.
yeah.
Appreciate that.
On the
But
post.
be
so.
on the lookout in August. We don't have a specific date yet, but
It should be August 2nd because that's when Hobbs and Shaw comes out.
Ooh.
yeah, it's just totally
It will be very soon in August. While we don't want to give an exact date, just to kind of allude to when it's dropping now, we kind of like to keep the mystery of it a little bit.
okay.
But it will be from beginning to mid-August, so you will see it soon.
All right.
music
yeah.
video, new single, and then a 12-track album dropping in February.
And
Fuck
a
yeah.
book.
Stay
And
on
a
the
graphic
lookout for
novel.
these motherfuckers.
2020, baby.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be
Can't wait to blow all your minds.
Hell
yeah.
dude.
So now we can do our plugs.
Yeah.
Finally. Jeez. They
Finally,
took
God,
forever.
these guys won't shut the hell up.
So we have yeahdeed.com, YEAHDEED.com. It's the there isn't.
There's no bag in there.
It's the umbrella where you can find all of our podcasts that we do, videos, merch, blogs, all the shit. Just go to it, buy some merch.
Dude, buy some fucking shirts, dude.
Buy a fucking shirt.
I'm buying 3 right now.
Hell
All right,
yeah,
fuck yeah.
That's what's up, dude. I never bought one.
My
I need to
mom
buy one.
tried-
I still buy 3 shirts because I feel like I'm fat.
Oh, I feel you, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you buy them different sizes?
Yeah, just to
I
make
do the
sure.
same shit where I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, God, I hate it.
My mom
Sorry.
just recently bought 30 shirts and I
love moms.
tried to be like coy about it, like, oh, someone bought a bunch of shirts, weird. And I was like, no, I know you bought them. Like, you have them all. I see them. Anyway, and social media.
We got social media. We're on Instagram at my other buddy Devin. We're on Twitter at my other buddy Dev. But if you just search my other buddy Devin, that shit'll pop up, dude. We're on fucking Facebook. If you search the same thing, we'll pop up. We're funny as fuck. We got so many videos. We got so many pictures. We're just fucking cool dudes. And if you
We're like
want to
sweet.
feel like you have friends in your life, you lonely little piece of shit, you go to our fucking Instagram, you go to our Facebook, and you listen to our vids. You listen to our podcast. It's like we're there in the room with you, fucking hanging
Yeah,
out.
you're
and
just like
drinking.
fucking chilling with us.
Chilling.
Also go to any sort of podcasting platform,
Yeah,
whether it be
all.
iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, all those fucking things. Rate and review us.
Please, we had
if you-
somebody go on and give us negative reviews.
I rated you 6 stars, actually.
Bad.
I,
so much.
I had to call Facebook and tell them if they didn't, I was going to kill them.
Yeah.
So.
Mark Zuckerberg was scared. I saw
Oh,
the
yeah.
press release.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, "Should I just kill myself?"
Did you see
now?
the hold on? Did you see the video of him with the barbecue, dude?
No, what?
Where he's like cooking with this egg.
So awkward.
You know, like that egg. Everybody's got the
Oh, yeah,
ceramic
big green egg, yeah. So awkward, dude.
Anybody who hasn't seen that, go to YouTube.
I don't know how
Watch
a guy
the
actually has
video
friends.
of Mark Zuckerberg having a barbecue. Dude, he's a total robot. He's
about
like,
to watch it. He's
so
not
we're
person."
here, we're cooking barbecue. He's like,
Oh,
it's
just
great.
cooking the barbecue.
We are
on the-
cooking barbecue.
on the egg. We are cooking barbecue.
Good
it was
evening.
weird.
I
Dude,
am
you
a
guys
gray
gotta watch
alien
it.
There's a lot
sent
of-
by the Venusians
lot of
to
cyborgs in
overtake
this world.
Earth.
Yeah.
Dude.
We're all lizard people.
And
We're
lizard
gonna die soon,
people.
so whatever.
Dude,
The Anunnaki are here.
Tinfoil top hat.
Let me just say-
Tinfoil hat.
Oh, yeah, we know all about that stuff.
My paternal grandmother is actually from Naples, but my paternal grandfather is actually from the Alpha Draconis star system. I am a shapeshifter, half. Okay,
You're
so
half shapeshifter?
just know this: one day I will be a senator.
Joey, Joey is a huge conspiracy theorist. So
Same, dude.
Yeah.
No.
I am too. I'm alluding to Joey, but Joey's not. I am.
Yo, I love this shit, dude.
I'm like
Dude,
Project
brutal.
Bluebeam,
Totally.
dude. Project Bluebeam.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, I was in the military, dude. Just think of the secrets.
Oh yeah,
of
we
doing,
lived.
dude.
We lived next to the second the world's second largest Air Force base, and then one of the key spec ops bases in Florida. So, dude, let me tell you, when I was growing up, I saw some of the craziest shit.
I'm sure.
Just aliens walking around, dude. There's like fucking like.
It's like, what's up, dude? How you doing?
No, I remember one time
I'm
I was
alien.
like, we were
Andy.
passing this place called Dolphin
Ross
Island.
Bro.
It was like 3 a.m. We
I
had
love Dolphin Island, dude.
Yeah. We had been coming home from here actually, like we were taking a trip and driving back in, and like in the middle of driving through Dolphin Island, we saw this like gigantic green pulse in the sky.
Dude.
And it's like, obviously everybody's like aliens, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
dude, that's military. Like
That's just fucking
Yeah.
tech, bro. That's
yeah,
what they have.
That's
It's
straight
alien tech.
Like,
5G,
and God knows what it was, but dude, we have seen like some of the like most wild stuff living in like Navarre, Florida.
Dude,
Like,
a lot of people don't know this, but 5G actually makes you come instantly, and that's why AT&T is trying to roll it out. It's basically the fucking Wi-Fi equivalent of heating up an Instapot to full heat and dipping your balls in it. It's fucking sweet, dude.
I tell you what, it look straight up. If something did that in the world, I feel like the world would be so much better.
Yeah,
we
like-
should all just come.
Because everyone would just be like, dude, that's a.
Oh, they're having a protest over there. There's 22,000 people. Drop some 5G.
Yeah, I just want to take a nap.
Yeah, it's basically Queen Live Aid, but you're busting rope, dude. It's fucking sweet.
Busting rope. That's the best, dude.
Devin, I'm using that. Busting rope. I'm saying that.
You can have that.
I'm saying, oh yeah, by just so I have to plug this. Next week, next Tuesday, House of Blues Parish Room. We're playing with Eyes Set to Kill. Yes, it is a Tuesday, but it is going to
What's
be
the date?
July 23rd.
Oof, this is coming out.
It is
This is
going
coming
to
out, like,
be
This is
next
coming
week.
out literally after that.
a fantastic show.
It was a great show.
If if you didn't come to the show, you're a punk. But if you watched this afterwards, you were there. I
That
love
show
you.
was so sick, dude.
That
show was so awesome.
Yeah, we went. We all went. I think it was like 1,000 people who went.
It was 1,000 people.
Because
At
it's-
least 1,000 people.
You're all bummer ass losers.
Dude. Everybody was
Can you put
busting
it
rope.
out the day before, please?
yeah, we'll do our first only Monday episode.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you for
I
having
really
us.
appreciate it. You
yeah,
guys are
thanks.
fucking awesome.
We love you.
And
Love you guys.
let's go drink some more fucking tequila.
Absolutely.
fucked up.
We
We ran
actually
out,
finished the whole
so,
bottle.
yeah.
So,
Oh, well, we'll
Yeah.
go. We'll get some more. At the gas
so
station.
just so the viewers know, we literally finished a bottle of like $80 tequila
Yeah.
It was
during
good.
this podcast.
Thanks,
It was fantastic.
thanks, Katya.
And
Yeah,
Joe
we don't regularly
Rogan,
fuck up.
whenever you're ready, we'll bring a bottle of tequila with Devin and Devin to your show too.
Yeah.
Dude, we'll
Yeah.
be on Joe Rogan one day, and I'm gonna fucking jerk him off live.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Okay, say
Dude, that guy's
was
on so
good.
much test.
He's gonna
You
love
touch
it.
his dick and it explodes.
Okay,
Bust! He's
in
gonna
all
bust!
fairness, have you seen the
His
videos?
head looks like a
have you
dick,
seen
dude.
the videos of him doing backside kicks?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
It's
it?
fucking
Dude,
crazy.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like back to the martial arts thing. I pride myself on being a
Did you
monster kicker. Monster kicker. And I would not want Joe Rogan to kick me in the chest, I tell you that.
Dude, Joe
All right.
Rogan-
Thank you guys so much. We'll see y'all next week.
Joe
All
Rogan, don't
right.
kick me in the chest.
Bye, everybody.
Love you guys.
Please
See you, bye.
follow me on Instagram.
Stepping sideways.
I need love in my life.
This has been a Yeah Deed Media production. For more info and content, go to yeahdeed.com.